I saw something posted on social media about a holiday place called Villa Corazon. I am 35 years old. I have a husband and a son. I am from Quezon City. What I'm going to tell you happened a number of years ago when my family and I went on an outing. My name is Mila, and this is my story. Before I start the story, don't forget to subscribe to support our channel. A public holiday was coming up, and my husband Alan and I had planned a long holiday from work. This would give us time to bond with our son Ryan since we've both been very busy with work. Where do you plan to go this holiday? Let's go out of town, Alan. I want fresh air. At least be able to relax. Besides, swimming is also nice, right? Okay. Where do you want to go? I don't like the place we went to last year. It's better if it's a different place for a different experience. A different ambience. I saw something here posted on social media. This Villa Corazon. Look, the beach is beautiful. There's a hotel. We can relax here. All right, it's up to you. You inquire. It looks nice there. I was happy when Alan agreed with what I said. So, I immediately inquired on the Villa Corazon website. Luckily, there were still many vacancies in their hotel rooms. So, I booked and sent the reservation fee for a 1-week staycation for the 3 of us at Villa Corazon. Really, Mom? Are we going on holiday in the province? Sure, son. Everything is ready. We already have a reservation there. So join me shopping later, okay? To get us stuff to take on the trip. All right, Mom. Wait a minute. I'll just get ready. Don't buy too much food. Okay? There is food at the hotel. We only need to take the essentials for the trip. Of course. Besides, it's just our personal stuff. Let's go. Ryan and I are ready. All right, be careful. I will take our car to the workshop and see the mechanic to make sure we don't encounter any car trouble along the way. When Ryan and I left the house, Alan also left with our car. Ryan and I went straight to a grocery store. We shopped for personal needs, such as soap and toothpaste. We also bought cookies and bread to take with us on the trip. After that, we went straight to the market to buy fish and meat before heading home. Let's travel early tomorrow so we can get to Villa Corazon early. Is our car okay for the long drive? Yes, everything is fine. Okay, I'll just marinate the meat. Besides, the fish will be just fried so it won't get spoiled along the way. We have a long trip tomorrow. Ryan, put your clothes in your bag. Don't forget to bring a jacket as well. Yes, Dad. I'm excited about our holiday. We will make it up to you, son. Your father and I have been busy at work. So today, we're going on holiday. I saw the joy on my son's face. He hugged me and then his dad. After that, he went to his room to pack his clothes. The next day at 3 in the morning, we left. Using Google Maps, we headed to the province where Villa Corazon is located. But on the way, we encountered a problem. Is this the right path? I think we are lost. Aren't you using Google Maps? The signage for Villa Corazon is gone. I don't know if I'm losing cell phone signal or if the app is acting up. As long as we get to the province, we can easily find Villa Corazon. Just keep driving. Otherwise, you can try using Waze. Maybe that's better. It's a shame we've already paid for the reservation. We'll lose that if we don't get there. We continued our long trip, which took almost 8 hours. That's why Alan was tired. He parked our car in front of a cafeteria. We went in and found an empty table. I bought soft drinks and some dishes with soup so we wouldn't feel embarrassed. While we were eating, Alan smiled when he looked at the Waze app. I think we're close. According to Waze, about 50 kilometers more. We're almost there. That's good. At least we'll reach Villa Corazon soon and finally be able to relax. Yes, so, let's eat. Then continue our trip. Mom, Dad, the 2 people at the other table were looking at us earlier. Now they're whispering. When I looked at what Ryan was saying, I saw a woman and a man. They were looking at us and seemed to be listening to our conversation. Soon, the woman smiled. Are you also going to Villa Corazon? Yeah, we got lost earlier, too. The Waze app was confusing. We're going there, too. We had the same problem. By the way, I'm Jenny, and this is my husband, Paul. I'm Mila. This is my husband, Alan. And this is our son, Ryan. If it turns out we're going to the same place, We should go as a convoy. You're right, bro. We'll just follow you. Villa Corazon is a little further from here. About 50 kilometers more, and we'll be there. It will take some time to get there. That's okay. As long as the place we're going to is beautiful, all our tiredness will be worth it. That's what I told Alan. Yes, it is. Are you two traveling alone? Yes. Paul and I are newlyweds. We've only been married for a few weeks. I saw how beautiful Villa Corazon is, so I invited him to go there. Ah, so your honeymoon is at Villa Corazon. It seems like it. Maybe we can even have a baby there. Right, Paul? Ah, yes, honey. That's right. We'll have our first baby there. I saw that Paul blushed and was embarrassed, which made me laugh. Jenny also laughed, her eyes wide with happiness. She told me that their holiday was meant to be a time for each other because, like us, they are both busy with work. So, after we ate, we continued our trip. But this time, we had someone with us. Okay, you won't be bored because you'll know someone right away. Yeah, that couple seems nice, right? After a few hours on our trip, we arrived in the province of Pangasinan. But according to Waze, Villa Corazon is still in Balanawa, which is known to be one of the most chaotic towns in the province. So we stopped at a gasoline station to fill up with diesel. Paul got out of their car and approached us. Looks like Villa Corazon is still far from here, man. Yeah, it's still a bit far, but we'll get there. You're right. We're almost there. We just need to follow the signs. What do you mean? Did you notice that bus? It has a sign for Villa Corazon trips. We'll just follow it so we don't get lost. Ah, okay. Go ahead and get some gas so we can follow the bus. I think it will soon be full of passengers. But make sure that the Villa Corazon the bus is going to is the same one we're headed to. It might be a different place. Yes, bro, wait. I'll talk to the bus driver to be sure. We don't want to end up at a different Villa Corazon. After Paul filled up the gas, he approached the bus driver and had a chat with him. Soon, Paul returned to us and confirmed that we were heading to the right destination. Okay, bro, it's the service bus for Villa Corazon. This is the pickup point for guests going there. Great, we're in the right place. They said they're only waiting for one more passenger before leaving for the hotel. It's okay, Mom. I'm excited to get there and relax. It's been a long trip, about 8 hours. Yes, son. If you're not familiar with the place, don't wander too far from us. Okay. Yes, Mom. Let's go swimming when we rest. Ryan and I finished our conversation as we saw the Villa Corazon bus leaving. We followed it. It was almost another 2 hours before the bus entered a wide yard. Paul and I followed, and the bus stopped in front of a large hotel. We parked in the designated area. When we got out of the car, I was amazed by the beauty of the place. This place is beautiful, Mila. What they said on the website is true. This place is really stunning. This place is beautiful, Mom. All right, let's get our things and go inside. We quickly unloaded our things from the car and went to the reception area. I approached the reception desk. Good morning, sir, ma'am. Welcome to Villa Corazon. The staff gave us the keys to our room, and we proceeded to the second floor, room 205. Once we got into our rooms, we unpacked and had some snacks. Let's go out later, Ryan. After we eat, we'll rest first. Okay? Yes, Mom. Even if it's tomorrow. Look, it's almost 7 p.m. We won't be able to see our surroundings well. Let's explore the hotel tomorrow. What are you two doing? It's actually better at night because it's not hot. You'll feel the cool breeze from the sea. We can also see the nightlife here at the hotel. You saw how many guests there are, right? They won't be going to sleep right away. Okay, fine, you win. Just enjoy yourselves while you're here. Yay! Okay, Mom. Let's go around the hotel later after we eat. I laughed and then held Alan's hand. He's such a supportive husband. He always agrees with whatever I want, as long as it's not unreasonable. So I kissed him on the cheek. Thank you, Alan. Thank you for what? You're always by my side, and you always support me and our son. I love you and Ryan. I'll do anything to make you happy. Wow, Mom and Dad are so sweet. Ryan hugged us. He's really happy because he loves spending time with us, especially since these kinds of moments don't happen often. So, after we ate, Ryan and I went out of our room and walked around the hotel. Like us, many other guests were also outside their rooms and walking around Villa Corazon. There are a lot of lights around, so it's bright and you can really see how beautiful the place is. Mom, let's go to May Beach. There are a lot of people there. Okay, come on. Those are people doing night swimming, son. Seems nice to get lost tonight. Oh, Ryan, you can swim tomorrow. Are we tired from the trip? This is okay. Let's just walk around tonight. Okay, Mom. We're still here for a few days, right? Yes, of course. You can make the most of it. Not long after, we were surprised when the people by the sea suddenly started to panic. So Ryan and I went there and saw a woman who was unconscious. Her husband was giving her first aid, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation while pumping her chest. What happened to her, Mila? They said she got a cramp so she couldn't swim. Her legs stiffened, and she wasn't with anyone. That's why it happened. That's why it's dangerous to swim at night, right? If you get away from your group and something like this happens, you can't be helped right away. Yeah, I hope she survives. After a while, a beautiful woman arrived and helped the man save his drowning wife. Soon after, the woman regained consciousness. She vomited the seawater she drank. She got up and cried while hugging her husband. Good evening, everyone. I'm Amanda. I'm a doctor and I'm also the owner of Villa Corazon. I just want to remind you that you're in my place. Whatever happens to you is the responsibility of Villa Corazon. So please always be careful. You're here to relax and have fun, not to grieve. You're right, Miss Amanda. But sometimes, these things happen without anyone wanting them to. That's why I always remind everyone to be careful. Even while enjoying yourselves, think about safety. Thank you very much for your help, Miss Amanda. You saved my life. Like I said, you're here at Villa Corazon. Whatever happens to you is my responsibility. I hope this kind of incident doesn't happen again. That's all. Good evening, everyone. After that, Miss Amanda turned away. Jenny, Ryan, and I sat down on a bench under the big mango tree, where we could see the people swimming at the beach. Because of the good weather, the guests there weren't afraid to swim even at night. I didn't notice that Ryan had left and was walking around. Miss Amanda is kind, isn't she? Imagine she helped the couple. If it were someone else, they would have ignored them. It's because she wants to keep Villa Corazon's reputation good. If someone has an accident happens here, for sure it will be on social media. Tourists will be afraid to come here. That's true. It will be a bad reputation for Villa Corazon, right? Wait, where is your child? Who? He was just here. Ryan, where did that child go? Wait, Jenny, I'll just look for my son. He probably didn't go far, he's just around here. Oh, there he is. Where did you go, Ryan? I'm worried about you. Near the swimming pool, Mom. There are a lot of people there talking to Miss Amanda. Are they guests too? I think the woman there is the one I saw getting off the bus earlier. Miss Amanda is really kind, isn't she? She's taking care of the hotel guests. Jenny, let's go to where Ryan is staying. Jenny agreed with me, so we walked around that area, until we reached the swimming pool or hot spring where Miss Amanda and the other guests were. They were talking, but when Miss Amanda saw us, she stopped talking for a moment while looking at us. So the people there looked at us too. Good evening to all of you. We're just walking around. Sorry for the interruption. No, ma'am. I'm just chatting with them. I'm telling them that the Villa Corazon festival is coming soon. I'm happy that they're all here, and you are too. Oh, is that so? When is the festival, Miss Amanda? In one day. So, everyone will be happy that day. I'll prepare delicious food. Wow, that sounds good. It's perfect timing for our trip here. Mom. Yes, son. It will really be a good holiday for us. That's what I want. For our guests to be happy here. That's why I do everything to satisfy our guests. Mila, let's go around another part of the place. I feel uncomfortable here. Why are you uncomfortable, Jenny? Miss Amanda is kind. But don't you notice the people here? Everyone is looking at us. Especially that one over there. He's staring at me intensely. It's like he's undressing me. Oh my God. I'm nervous here, Mila. I almost laughed at what Jenny said. Then I noticed that everyone there was staring at us. You're right, it's awkward when that happens. So, after we said goodbye to Miss Amanda, We left and went to another part of Villa Corazon. When Jenny and I got tired, we sat back down on the bench under the big mango tree to continue talking. It's near the gate of Villa Corazon. There's a new guest. They have a car too. Yeah, they look like newlyweds too. They're still young. Look, it's getting late. They probably got lost like us. They probably had a hard time finding Villa Corazon. It's good we saw the bus. Yeah, we would probably be arriving at this time if we hadn't seen it. Dad, I'll just go around. Okay? Don't go too far. Okay? You don't know this place well. Yes, I'll just stay here. Not long after Ryan went away, I heard his loud scream. So, I immediately stood up from my seat. I looked around to see where my child's scream came from. I suddenly got nervous. So Jenny and I went to where Ryan was, and I saw Ryan leaning against the tree, scared and covering his face with his hands. Mom, Ryan, son, what happened to you? Mom, I'm glad you came. There's a monster. It's going to eat me. Where is the monster, Ryan? There's none. There it is. Remove your hands from your eyes. Look around. There's no monster. Look. Ryan slowly removed his hands from his eyes. And as I said, he looked around. He didn't see any monster. Instead, there was a big statue of a dog next to the fountain. Oh, where is the monster? There's none, right? It's just a statue. Mom, that monster looks like that. It was even angry as it approached me. I thought it was going to eat me, so I screamed. You're probably just imagining things, Ryan. Boy, it's kind of dark here, that's why you thought the statue was alive. I told you not to wander off. Look what happened, you just scared yourself. But Mom, earlier, enough, child. Don't scare yourself. You're just seeing things because it's dark, that's why you thought that statue was alive. Come on. Let's go to our room so you can rest. Oh, you're back so quickly. Did you have a good time exploring? Yes, Alan, the whole Villa Corazon is beautiful. And Ryan got tired from playing, so we came back here. Yes, Dad, we'll just swim tomorrow. The water is cold at night. Besides, we won't be able to see our surroundings well if something happens. That's true. It's better during the day. You'll enjoy swimming in the beach and you'll see the whole area. Okay, let's rest now. Ryan obediently followed. He lay down on the single bed near our bed. Ryan fell asleep quickly, probably because of fear. I didn't take long before I also fell asleep. At around 2 in the morning, I woke up suddenly. I felt that Alan wasn't beside me. So, I opened my eyes and saw Alan standing beside the wall. I immediately approached him. Why are you there, Alan? What are you listening to? Be quiet. I think I hear someone arguing in the next room. Listen. I didn't say anything and just put my ear against the wall. And I did hear someone arguing in the next room. Then we heard loud thuds. Next, we heard a woman pleading. Poor woman. She's being hurt. Can't we help her? It's difficult to interfere in a couple's fight. But the woman is pleading. Something bad might happen to her. Come, let's help her. Let's go. Alan and I immediately went out of our room and went to the next room. We saw that the door of the room was slightly open. So we carefully peeked inside. And we saw a dim light from the lampshade. It was quiet. So, Alan felt for the main light switch on the wall. He turned it on. When the room became bright, Alan and I were surprised. No one is here. Yeah. How did that happen? A moment ago, the woman was crying and pleading. She was begging not to be killed. In the bathroom, Look, Alan went to check. He saw traces of blood there. But the woman was gone. So Alan and I were very puzzled. When we went out of the room, we saw Miss Amanda approaching us. Good evening, ma'am and sir. Do you need anything? Ah, Miss Amanda. We heard someone arguing here earlier. It seems like they were fighting because there are traces of blood in the bathroom. Oh, they already checked out. They were arguing and the woman was injured. So she went to the hospital. That's why I'm here to check this room. So that when a new guest arrives, it's okay. Oh, I see. It seems like they left too quickly. We just heard them arguing, but when we went there, they were already gone. I don't know, sir. Maybe they saw you coming. When you arrived, they had already left. Excuse me, my staff will be here to clean the room. When the room boy approached us, he immediately entered the room and started cleaning. So Alan and I went back to our room. But before I entered, I noticed that Amanda was still looking at us. So I looked at her too, and I noticed a trace of blood on the hem of her dress. Mom, I'll just keep that to myself. I thought maybe she helped treat the woman's wounds because she's a doctor. You're so observant. Things happen so fast. Yeah, but let's just forget about it. Let's sleep now, it's already late. Okay, let's sleep. I'll just make sure our room is locked properly. I lay down again after making sure that Alan had locked our room door properly. We fell asleep again, and because it was already late, we easily fell asleep. It was already noon when we woke up and went out of the room. We went to the hotel lobby for breakfast. You guys woke up late, Mila. Yeah, we stayed up late because of the noise from the next room. They were arguing last night, and it seemed like they were fighting. Then Ms. Amanda said they already checked out. That woman over there, she's been crying since earlier. She said her husband just went out of the room last night to smoke. Then he didn't come back. Where is her husband? What happened? Why didn't he come back? The woman doesn't know what happened to her husband. Because they weren't fighting, he just went out to smoke. He didn't come back since last night until now. She told me earlier that her husband's phone is unreachable. I just sighed. I looked at Alan. Then we looked at the woman Jenny was referring to. I saw that her eyes were already swollen from crying. So, I felt something was wrong. What if we don't finish our staycation here? Should we check out? On our first day and night, many bad things have happened. There you go again. What are you thinking about? We don't know why her husband hasn't come back. But I suddenly felt nervous. Ryan said he saw a monster last night. Mom, I thought you wouldn't tell Dad. And now you're telling him. And the woman almost drowned. It's not a good way to start a holiday like that. Is that what you want? Then it's a waste of the money we spent. There's no refund policy here. It's okay. Let's just go home, or maybe we can go to another place. Okay. After eating, I'll load our stuff into the car. You check out first. I said goodbye to Alan. We ate the breakfast prepared by the hotel crew and staff. After eating, Alan and I headed to our car to put our stuff in before checking out. But our car's tires were flat. We can't leave yet. The tire is flat. Even the spare tire has no air. I thought you checked it before we left. Why does the spare tire have no air? Yes, it was okay when we left. I don't know why it went flat. Maybe because of the intense heat. So what now? Good thing I haven't checked out yet. I'll ask the bus driver where there's a vulcanizing shop here so we can have the tire fixed. Okay, let's just go back to our room. Then let's just swim at the beach while it's being fixed. Okay, that's what we'll do. Enjoy yourselves again, Ryan. We're already here, so let's just enjoy it. Since we can't leave, we just brought our stuff back to our room. After that, Ryan and I went to the beach to swim. Like the other guests, we just enjoyed our stay there. After a while, Alan followed us. Did you talk to the bus driver? Yes, he said. He'll have the tire fixed in town. But tomorrow. Because it's Sunday, the vulcanizing shop is closed there. So we can't leave yet. Not yet. So, to avoid boredom, let's just enjoy our stay here, like the other guests. Maybe the man left his wife last night, like our neighbor in the next room. They fought and got hurt. Let's just agree, Mama, maybe Papa is right. We're already here, so let's just enjoy it. Do you still want to stay here, Ryan? Even though you were scared last night, right? You said we were just pretending to be brave, right? So, for me, it's okay. I'm happy as long as I'm with you. Let's just finish our stay here. I also thought their problem isn't our problem. I suddenly wanted to go home. Okay, let's just swim. Like others, we continued swimming. Soon, Paul and Jenny arrived. They also went down to the sea. They chatted with me while swimming. And we couldn't help but talk about Miss Amanda. How could we not, when we saw her there watching over the people swimming in the sea? You know, Mila, I noticed something about Miss Amanda. At her age, she looks very young. She doesn't look like she's 45, right? She looks like she's only 25. She's very beautiful. That's what happens when you take care of your body. Even when you're old, you still look young. No, it's just that her aura is really strange, Mila. When she looks at you, you'll really be stunned. I feel nervous when she looks at me, but I think she's kind. It's just that she's quiet. She's a serious person. So even though she's beautiful, she's hard to approach. Our conversation with Jenny was cut off when we saw Miss Amanda looking at us. She looked at us for a long time, so to avoid her noticing that we were talking about her, I smiled at her. She smiled slightly too, then left. That night, Alan and I were sitting on a chair near the hot spring when we saw a man running while shouting. At first, we thought the man was just drunk, but when we saw that his neck was bleeding, we were shocked. Then we saw the Aswang attacking the man and devouring him. Aswang. It devoured him. Oh my God, Alan, there's a monster here. Mama, let's run. When we saw the Aswang, it furiously faced us. We were in a hurry to run while shouting, so we caught the attention of the people there. Some male guests got sticks and others got guns. Like Paul, who I just found out was a policeman. Monster, face me. We'll finish you all off. You won't be able to leave Villa Corazon. You'll be the ones to prepare for the Aswang's feast. When the Aswang approached, Paul shot it. Right in the face, so the Aswang fell. Alan approached it and stabbed it in the chest with a sharp wooden stick he was holding. The Aswang transformed to the woman who drowned the previous day. Then suddenly a shadow-dark figure of a male started approaching. Paul shot at him, but it quickly dodged. That's why we were all terrified. Especially when the Sigbin disappeared into the darkness again. A creature of Philippine mythology, resembling a hornless goat, said to come out at night to suck the blood of victims from their shadows. Following that, Miss Amanda left the hotel. You killed my husband. I will never forgive you. All of you go inside the hotel for your safety. Now hurry up. Miss Amanda is right. Let's go inside the hotel. Mila, kid, let's go quickly. People were already panicking. Everyone ran into the hotel. At that moment, the Sigbin emerged from the darkness. It was furious when it reached the body of the husband. Once everyone was inside the hotel staff closed the entrance door. Close all the doors. Hurry up. Yes, ma'am. It's better for you to stay locked in your rooms until morning to ensure your safety. But can you ensure that monster won't be able to enter the hotel, Miss Amanda? That I can't guarantee because my hotel is vast. There are many possible entry points for the monster. That's why we all need to help each other. If you stay in your rooms, make sure to close all the windows and doors tightly so the monster can't get in. Miss Amanda is right. Let's just stay in our room. Come on, Jenny. Let's go. All right, Paul. Mila, let's just meet later or tomorrow. Okay? Okay, Jenny. Just be careful too. Jenny immediately left the hotel lobby and headed to their room. I then invited Alan to lock ourselves in our room, just like the other guests. When we arrived at our room, I felt a sense of fear again. This is what I was talking about, Alan. Let's not stay in this place any longer. Now I think that's why the woman's husband who was just smoking didn't come back. He must have been devoured by the Amalanhig, our flightless Aswang that came back to life after death. They rise from their grave after failing to pass their power to a relative. And you know what happened, so we couldn't leave, right? We had a flat tire. And our spare tire too. No air. Maybe that monster caused it so no one could leave Villa Corazon and all of us would become its victims. But we saw it. First light will leave this place. What's important is that we stay safe tonight. Our conversation didn't last long. We heard a knock on our room door. Alan carefully opened it and saw Paul and Jenny there. Alan immediately let them in. Can we stay in your room? Our room's window doesn't have grills. The monster can easily enter if the glass window is broken. All right, no problem. We'll all stay here together. If I had known there was an Amalanhig here, I wouldn't have invited Paul. I feel the same way, Jenny. I chose the place where we would go. But let's not. Let's not blame ourselves. Let's just pray for our safety throughout the night. Soon after, our conversation was interrupted. We heard loud screams from a woman. Alan carefully approached the window. She peeked outside and saw Miss Amanda. She was facing the hotel staff outside. Why is Miss Amanda outside the hotel? Aren't they afraid of the Amalanhig? Yeah, wait a minute. When I also peeked out the window, I saw Miss Amanda looking up at the moon and performing a ritual. Meanwhile, the woman was screaming and struggling. Some hotel guests also went outside and approached Miss Amanda. Jenny, the man, and others who were talking to Miss Amanda when we saw them. They're also outside the hotel. Then the woman they were holding is the woman whose husband went missing. Yes, that's right. What are they doing outside the hotel? Isn't it dangerous with the Amelinhig around? Miss Amanda is performing a ritual. Look, oh full moon. Tonight is the feast of the Aswang. We offer you this woman. Salutation to your light that always guides us. Accept our offering. After that, Miss Amanda and her followers, as well as the other hotel guests, transformed. It turned out that they were all servants of darkness. Sigbin, Aswang, Amelinhig, and werewolves. We saw how Miss Amanda devoured the woman's neck. Then she removed the heart and lifted it up as an offering to the full moon. Feast well tonight. All the guests here are yours. Upon hearing this, Alan immediately closed the window. Then she faced us, her face showing deep concern. She was sweating profusely because we were locked in a single room. If that's the case, Miss Amanda and the woman's followers are only out there to deceive the guests into believing they are good. But in reality, they were preparing us for their feast. That's why their hotel rates and accommodations are low, to attract more people here. Now we're all trapped in this hotel. They can do anything they want. No one will leave here alive. If that's their plan, we need to come up with a plan of our own. We shouldn't stay in this room because the hotel staff already knows which rooms are occupied. That's where they'll attack first. Paul is right. Let's move to an empty room. Hurry before they get here. We immediately followed Paul and Alan's instructions. We left our room and searched for a room at the far end of the place. We arrived at a large room that served as the hotel's storage. There were hotel supplies like blankets, towels, and utensils. Alan and Paul found sharp machetes. Something was approaching. Hide. Don't make any noise. Bring him here. Hurry. You kid, get inside the cabinet. Jenny, come over here to the dirty blanket box. Bro, cover your nose. I'm going to spray insecticide so the Aswang won't smell us. We moved quickly but carefully. Jenny got inside the box and Paul covered her with blankets. The kid and I got inside the cabinet and Alan closed it. He blocked the entrance with large gallons of mineral water. Then Paul also hid. It wasn't long before the door creaked open and an Aswang, a man with red eyes and long fangs, entered slowly. I could see him through the gap in the cabinet. The Aswang sniffed around, looking and using its sense of smell. But since the room smelled of insecticide, he couldn't detect us. When we heard a loud scream from another room, the Aswang's eyes widened. Then it ran out of the room. Mom, are there no more Aswangs? Yes, child, we're safe for now, but they're scattered around the hotel. I don't know how we'll get out of here. I'm scared. I'm scared too, kid. But your dad is here. Don't worry. I know he won't let us down. Without delay, Alan opened the cabinet and let us out. Paul closed the room door and then went back to Jenny, who was in the pile of dirty clothes. That was when another Aswang entered the storage room through the other door. There was no time to hide. When it attacked, Paul confronted it. Using the sharp machetes, they fought the Aswang until they killed it. We're safe now, but I don't know if we'll make it next time. So, Paul, what should we do? You're a police officer, Paul. And you're used to these kinds of situations. We need to get out and reach our car in the car park. If we can get out of Villa Corazon, we have a chance to survive. But the Aswangs are scattered around, Paul. How can we get out of here? Did you notice that the Aswang didn't smell us because of the insecticide? If it didn't see us, it wouldn't know we're human. Yes, that's right. Let's pretend to be Aswangs too, and spray insecticide so they can't smell us. This is the hotel's storage room, and they have what we need here. Then we'll use the blood of this Aswang and put it on our lips. Just pretend, and they'll think we're one of them. Okay. Let's try everything to get out of here. We followed Paul's plan and imitated the appearance of the Aswang they killed. We looked for dark clothes in the room and weren't disappointed. Paul applied the dark color to our whole body, making our skin and face black. Then we used the blood of the dead Aswang to put on our lips and clothes. Remember, even if you see them, don't show fear. I'm scared. Don't be afraid, son. We're here with your mom. You're a man. right? You need to be brave. Your dad is right, Ryan. We're always by your side. So don't be afraid. We need to get out of here and reach the parking lot. By the way, my car's tires are all flat. We'll use yours instead. Okay, let's go. When we left the room, we pretended to be Aswangs, peeking into the rooms one by one, checking if there were guests inside. Alan and Paul were behind us, carrying sharp knives, until we reached a room with an open door, and we saw two Aswangs devouring a man. When the Aswangs saw us, they growled. Paul looked at us and nodded. It meant his plan was working. The two Aswangs didn't suspect us. They didn't smell that we were human because of the insecticide and the Aswang's blood we applied to our bodies. That's why we gained confidence that we could deceive them. Until we reached the stairs, there were guests being devoured by Aswangs, just like the first ones. They shooed us away, telling us to find our own victims. There are many Aswangs outside. Let's go through the back. You're right. If we get caught, we won't survive. Yes, Miss Amanda might be there. They'll recognize us. Let's go. There seems to be a way at the end of this hallway leading to the back. The car park is nearby. We carefully walked through the long hallway. Every room we passed had Aswangs or victims being devoured. Until we reached the end of the hallway, there was a door leading down to the stairs. When we got out, we saw a woman crying and begging for mercy from the monster in front of her. Paul didn't hesitate. He took the knife he was carrying and faced the monster. He slashed its neck. The monster's head was decapitated. Don't be afraid. We're not real Aswangs. We just pretended to be them. Do the same. Hurry up. Okay, how do I do it? Apply the Aswang's blood to your body. Then pretend to be an Aswang too. Follow us. We'll escape. The woman immediately followed our instructions. She applied the Aswang's blood to her lips and body, even her face. Then she followed us. But before we could fully go down, Miss Amanda saw what we did. Traitors, you think you can escape? You're finished. Run. Fast. To the car park. Fast. I'll kill you all. Miss Amanda quickly charged towards us. But Paul shot her with bullets. Not what Miss Amanda expected. 2 bullets hit her chest. So blood spilled on the stairs. The sound of Paul's gun echoed, and everyone was shocked. There's my car. Let's go. Mila. Ryan. Hurry. You shocked the Aswangs, Paul. Let's go. Oh no. All our car's tires are flat. Let's take the bus. Hurry. Alan's right. Let's go. They're arriving. We quickly ran to the bus. After that, we closed the windows and doors. When we felt the Aswangs surrounding us, we tried not to make any noise. When I slightly peeked through the window, I saw Miss Amanda was still alive. She was just injured. There are escapees. Find them around. Make sure they don't get out of Villa Corazon. Move now. The Aswangs immediately followed Miss Amanda's orders, searching around. And because we smelled like insecticide, like the first Aswangs, they didn't know we were inside the bus. So, the Aswangs looked for us elsewhere. Miss Amanda walked away, getting treatment for her chest wound. We were relieved that the Aswangs didn't find us. We were safe for the moment. But we knew it wouldn't last long. We had to get out of Villa Corazon before they discovered our hiding spot. Paul looked at us and whispered, "We need to wait for the right time to escape, when they're not expecting it." Alan nodded in agreement. Yes, we can't let our guard down. Mila and Ryan were quiet, still shaken by what they saw. I looked around and saw the bus was old and rusty, but it could be our ticket out of here. "Let's check if the bus is working," I whispered to Paul. He nodded and carefully made his way to the driver's seat. After a few minutes, he whispered back, "The keys are here, and it's working." We were relieved. We had a way out. But just as we were about to start the engine, we heard a noise outside. The Aswangs were back, and this time they were closer. One of them saw us through the window. "Ah!" Mila screamed. The Aswangs saw everything. They were growling in anger. "They're on the bus. Chase them and don't let them escape." "Alan, they're getting closer. Hurry up. Here's the machete, Mila. Protect yourself and Ryan." "Hurry. Let them go." Alan immediately drove the bus. He rammed through the closed gate of Villa Corazon. This only made the Aswangs angrier. They were chasing us. Some jumped and fell on the roof. Some were hanging on the back, and some were trying to pry open the window. When Paul saw one of the Aswangs reach through the broken window, he chopped off its hand. He approached Jenny. "You need to help us survive. You need to be brave. Here's the machete. Protect yourself." "Paul, I'm scared." "Don't be afraid. If we get away from here, we have a chance to survive." "Jenny is right. Let's help them. Let's fight the fear to survive." "Mama, the rear window of the bus is broken." My eyes widened as I saw the Aswang hanging from the broken windshield. It was furiously grabbing Ryan. I grabbed Ryan's clothes. My child was struggling desperately. "Mama, help me." "Ryan, child, let go of my child, you beast." As a mother, I steeled myself. I wouldn't allow anyone to hurt my child. I chopped the Aswang's hand. It was severed in 2 strokes. Ryan managed to run away. The Aswang, enraged, tried to climb onto the bus. The woman we saved acted. She struck the Aswang's face with a stick. The Aswang's head was smashed twice before it fell. But another Aswang attacked the woman. It dragged her out of the bus. "Paul, the woman, the monster got her. There's nothing we can do about that. We need to escape. It's dangerous here. Hurry up, buddy." We had already left Villa Corazon. But the Aswangs continued to chase us. They wouldn't let the secrets of Villa Corazon be exposed. So we were still in danger. There were so many of them. God, save us. Alan sped up the bus. But due to the darkness of the night and the rough road, the bus struggled to get away from the enraged Aswangs. We saw more Aswangs hanging on the bus. "Mila, you drive. Hurry up." "Okay. Alan, help Paul." I immediately went to Alan. I took the steering wheel while he was still sitting and had his foot on the accelerator to keep the bus moving. Once I was seated, I pressed the accelerator, and Alan let go of the wheel. They faced the Aswangs attacking the bus with sharp weapons. They chopped the hands of each Aswang that clung to the window, until one Aswang grabbed the front of the bus, tried to break the glass. "Alan, help me here. Keep driving. I'll handle this." As I ducked, Paul fired. He shot the Aswang at the front of the bus, which was trying to reach me. He hit it in the head, fell and was run over by the bus. But another Aswang came out from the top of the bus and fought me for the steering wheel. I lost control. The bus veered off the road and crashed into a wide rice field. The bus's wheels sank into the mud. The Aswang climbed up and grabbed me. "Alan, help me. Don't hurt my husband. You monster." Alan quickly came to my aid. He chopped the Aswang. They faced each other. He struck the monster several times. But the Aswang didn't mind the wounds. Tackled Alan and they wrestled. Ryan cried in fear when he saw his father in danger. He took the tie rings nearby and struck the Aswang's face. The Aswang only turned slightly. Alan managed to stab the Aswang in the chest with the machete. After he made sure the Aswang was dead, he approached me. "Let's go. Let's get out of here." "Yes, let's go. Before the others arrive." "Jenny, come on." "Ryan, child. Let's go." "Ryan, Mama." We quickly got off the bus and ran into the wide field. But because of the bright moon, the Aswangs led by Miss Amanda easily tracked us. The Aswangs were also faster, especially since it was still night. "You go ahead. I'll face them. You can't handle them alone. Let's escape. Paul is right. Let's go. We'll all die if they catch us. Hurry up." "All right. I'll follow you. Hurry up." Paul fired at the Aswangs that reached the area. Some were hit, but others avoided the bullets. Despite that, he continued shooting until his gun ran out of bullets. I saw him being grabbed by the Aswangs and eaten. Jenny's loud scream followed. "Paul! Paul! Run away! Hurry up! Jenny! Come on! I won't leave Paul! Those monsters!" Jenny took Ryan's tie rings and ran towards Paul. She struck the Aswangs there. But what can a weak woman like Jenny do? When she was also grabbed by an Aswang, she was also devoured. I was stunned and cried, but Alan held me tightly. "Let's go, Mila." "Mila, what are you doing? Let's leave." "Mama." Alan saw that I was just stunned and crying. He slapped me hard. It was like waking me up from a deep sleep. I looked at Alan. Then I looked at our child, Ryan, and continued crying. We will return. They are coming. Mila, let's go. Hurry up. I saw the approaching Aswangs again. So, my desire to escape and survive took over again. I ran with my family. We continued through the wide rice field. But the Aswangs still pursued us. Let's hide in the mud. No matter what happens, don't come out until the sun rises. What will you do, Alan? You should hide too. I'll lead them. I'll mislead them. Let's meet in town. But Alan, there's no time. Hurry up. Remember what I said. At sunrise, you can come out. It's almost dawn. We followed Alan's instructions. We buried ourselves in the mud in the middle of the rice field. Then Alan pulled out the rice stalks and covered us. He ran away to attract the Aswang's attention. I couldn't bear it and watched my husband. He bravely fought the Aswangs. But against the number of Aswangs, Alan could do nothing. The Aswang's ferocity prevailed. I cried silently. I controlled my emotions and made no noise because the monsters were still nearby. I even heard their conversation. Is there no one who escaped? Did you kill them all? We're not sure, Miss Amanda. But we killed 2 women and 2 men. If so, we only have the child left. Find him. The Aswangs spread out again in the field. So, Ryan and I huddled deeper into the mud and the stalks of rice that covered us. I tried to stay hidden until we heard the rooster crow. At first, it was sporadic, but soon the crowing became continuous, a sign that the sun was about to rise. Then we heard Amanda's voice shouting to her companions. The sun is rising. Let's all go back to Villa Corazon. Then there was silence. Still, Ryan and I didn't leave our hiding place in the mud. I thought maybe Amanda said that to lure us out of hiding. We stayed there with Ryan until the sun finally rose, and the surroundings were brightly lit. I slowly got up from the mud. I saw that there wasn't a single Aswang left. Mama, are we safe now? Yes, child, we are safe. But what about Papa? What happened to Papa? I didn't respond. I just hugged Ryan and cried repeatedly. Then we left the mud. We went to the rice field where Alan had gone. But we were unable to find even his body. So, I cried repeatedly while looking up at the sky. Mama, what will we do? We will seek justice, child. We need to reveal the truth about Villa Corazon. They must answer for their sins. They are servants of the devil. After that, Ryan and I walked. We followed the road to town. When a truck carrying coconuts passed by, we hitched a ride despite our bodies being covered in mud. When we arrived in town, everyone there looked at us. Our appearance was worse than that of a ragpicker. Even our hair was covered in mud. We finally reached the police station. What's your report, miss? Villa Corazon is full of Aswangs. They killed my husband and other guests there. Please help us. Ma'am, what you're saying has been erased from the town's records. The townspeople burned it down. It was years ago. Villa Corazon hasn't existed for a long time. No one has gone there for a long time. It was even a place where people were warned not to go. You're mistaken, sir. They continue to operate. They devour their guests. My child and I only managed to escape. But my husband and others were not so fortunate. Even if you check their site, believe me, sir. Okay, miss, we'll conduct an investigation. But before that, we need to attend to you first. We'll get you treated. It's difficult for people like you to wander around. I'm not ill, sir. You're mistaken if you think I'm crazy. We hid in the mud, so the Aswangs didn't kill us. All right, then. We'll find out the truth when you see a psychiatrist. No matter how I explained, the police there wouldn't believe me because of my appearance, worse than a mud person. The police had only one thing in mind. I was losing my mind, especially when the social media post and page of Villa Corazon couldn't be found. I despaired and cried because I knew there would be no justice for the loss of my husband, as Villa Corazon was considered an erased village in their town. Currently, my psychotherapy session has ended, but my treatment continues. They say I have PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder. My child and I are trying to live a normal and happy life. With the help of my relatives and friends, We are slowly moving on. But I still hope that one day, Alan will receive the justice he deserves for what happened to him and our entire family.